So you guys are going to be primed, ready to go for this call. So without further ado, I don't want to take up any more time. I am going to turn it over, ladies and gentlemen. I had the privilege of being on a call earlier this week on Monday. And like I said, we fine comb tooth these projects before we introduce them. And I was able to ask questions, and I was very, very impressed on the call that I had earlier this week with this individual. Was able to answer all of my questions and passed so many more tests than she probably even knew was going on at the time. And it is my privilege to introduce to you guys the head of affiliates for Ault Capital Group, Miss Lindsay Erickson. Miss Lindsay, are you there?
Hi, everybody. Can you all hear
Hello.
me?
Loud and
Hello.
clear.
Hey,
Fantastic. So I'm gonna
Lindsay,
I'm gonna start this. Oh, sorry, go
Lindsay,
ahead.
before you start, make sure you let Nick know that he passed the test as well, right? It wasn't just you. He was passing the test too. We had a strict little thing getting together. We were done. Me and Lindsay were like, okay, he passed it. All right, we're good to go. So it was you too, Nick.
It's like that Spider-Man meme where everyone's pointing at we're all pointing at one another.
All right, Lindsay, go for it. Get
All
get
right, we're
after.
passing the floor over to you. You got the spotlight.
You're fine. I'm just gonna start this with a couple quick things because this is not my normal realm. I'm actually traveling right now, so I'm not in my normal studio. So please forgive me. And I'm also thinking because I'm distracted. I have raging ADHD and I'm distracting myself right now with the reflection on my glasses. So I'm just gonna do this blind. And that's how you're gonna know that I really know what I'm talking about because I don't even have to see the slides. Okay. Hello, everybody. So yes, my name is Lindsay, and I will tell you that I am like a lot of you. It sounds like I'm pretty new to the crypto space. I'm going to give you a tiny bit of backstory on me so that you know why I'm the one that was chosen to be landed at the position that I'm at currently. So, thank you. There, I can see a little bit better now. Okay. So, without any more of excusing myself, I came from the solar industry. And I came from the solar industry in a way that you can Google. Um, I am known as the only homeowner advocate in the nation. So if you are a homeowner and you're having issues with your solar system, your company that you're worked with, et cetera, I'm still to this day the only number that you can call if you need somebody to bulldog against a solar company for you. I've spoken on all the major state like stages across this nation for that thing. And Mr. Todd Ault, who I will kind of introduce you guys to who he is in a moment, he came and supported me at one of my events at a raffle and gave away some IndyCar tickets. And he saw me spank a room full of about $500 million ish solar company owners. And he immediately said, "You're the one." And so I have come on board with Ault now, and we have been working on this program, at least I have since August. So that was when I got introduced to crypto. So everything that you guys hear me explain tonight, I've learned this in the last couple of months from a lot of very long days of rapid pace learning. So I'm going to share my knowledge with you guys today and the opportunity that we have created with this. So, moving on. That's who I am, and that's what I'm doing here. As far as Ault is concerned and the capital group and who Todd is, because that is a very, very important part, I think, of what this product is and what it aims to do in the long run. So Todd is a 35-year Wall Street veteran. He has served on the boards of many Fortune 500 companies. He's also one of the only capital groups in the United States that is licensed to fund Fortune 500 companies if they need it. So he's got an extensive amount of knowledge in that arena. He's also been mining Bitcoin since 2011, and he's been one of the larger Bitcoin miners in the United States since 2017. And with those two things combined, he's also been debanked multiple times. So he has had everything from the great experiences to the absolute worst. And he has spent the last year that this kind of tokenization has been a thing, uh, gathering resources and knowledge and touring the world and creating agreements with Cosmos, et cetera, which I'll go over shortly, to create a first of its kind blockchain And there are many that are like really close, really similar, but this one is particularly special for a few reasons, and I will go into that shortly. So Todd he's larger than life, and he's taken all of his knowledge and put it into this project, and that is the Ault blockchain. What has brought us all here today is the software nodes that will support that blockchain. And I'll get to those in a moment. But the purpose, and I hate to use this word because it's such a buzzword, but the utility of this blockchain specifically is to create a marketplace where anybody that owns an asset that holds value in the real world can apply to get audited to tokenize their blockchain into the Ault marketplace. What that does, and the reason this is so important, is it creates the absence of a banking authority so that you get to self-autonomize your own finances and your own equity funds, etc. And I'm just going to give, for those of you that don't, because I feel like there's probably a few people that don't really understand tokenizing yet, I'm going to give a very simple example of what this would look like. I own a duplex, okay? I own it. Like I pay the mortgage on it. I pay for all of the bills, all the things. I rent out one side of Airbnb the other. So there's streams of revenue on it. I can apply to Ault Marketplace and say, I would like to tokenize my asset onto the blockchain. I will go through an auditing process, the funding process, et cetera, and get my data put onto the ledger. When that happens, I show up as a token in the marketplace that can be traded, much like a stock. But when that gets traded and you can see that it's got positive value, that I've been making the payments on the mortgage, et cetera, you can see the actual real world value reflected in that coin. People can then choose to participate in trading, holding, owning, et cetera, and profiting from my like upward trading value on my asset, making me the bank for my own thing. Does anybody have any questions about that particular part before I move forward? Because it's very important for the rest of it. If you want to throw them in the chat, you're welcome to.
I say we'll probably hold questions until the end because
Okay.
I don't want to mess up
Okay.
your flow. But if
Everybody,
people have
write
questions,
them down.
please write them down. Yes, we'll look back to it.
Yes, please. Okay. So, and I also was trying to make sure I'm not just like word vomiting at you guys. Like this all makes sense to everybody so far, right? Because I do have some slides and I do have a white paper that I'm going to reference here shortly, but that's the base information of what we're doing here. Everybody cool with that?
Perfect.
Okay. All right. So moving forward, blockchains are validated, supported by nodes. These nodes in particular are software and they are hybrid. So not only do they validate the transaction in the blockchain, they also mine the only native coin that will ever exist for the marketplace. There's not going to be any airdrop of any coin. There's no coin that exists before launch date. And I will tell you all right now, we are about 10 days till launch. Fingers crossed, the last round of our audits go without any issues. So we are pre-launch right now, and this is like we are coming up to literally the race line. They're counting down for us to start. So this is like a really important, it's part of the reason it's so exciting right now is that we are literally getting in before it fully takes off. So the difference between, well, you've got the hybrid, sorry, I got ahead of myself there. You got the hybrid nodes. They validate the transactions and they also mine. These nodes will mine for 10 years. They do have an emission structure for like how they degrade. They start at about 47 coins a day, or it's 41 coins a day down to 17 coins a day is what it goes to over the course of 10 years. At the end of 10 years, they no longer produce coin, but they do receive gas fees from being still transactional and validating the network. So I'm hoping that that makes sense to everybody. There's also going to be a few other options down the line for staking or actually becoming a validator in the DAO. This blockchain is DAO governed through Wyoming, if anybody pays attention to those things already. So all of that being said, there's a few things that come also with being a node owner. One of them is you get to vote in the DAO, which is kind of cool when you're in the foundational processes of this larger financial institute, because realistically what they are creating is a new freedom of finance stock market is the way that I kind of like to think about it. So on top of being a node owner, you also, there's a few other different perks. So as you guys are like, if you end up presenting this opportunity to other people, a few other cool things that do come with it is all the node owners get to go to IndyCar races. They send out emails and you can just get tickets. So that's kind of a cool side thing.
You were just
On
gonna
top
hold
of
that
that,
from us the whole time. I didn't even know that. That's cool. Jeez.
yeah. Well, there's a couple other things too I've been working on now that so just so everybody knows, this affiliate network has not always existed. Initially, it was only me and a few other people that were selling internally for Alt. These nodes in their entirety, there are a million nodes. Alt Capital Group is holding half of them. We have been selling the other half to the public so that we have an actual decentralized marketplace. We started that in August. We have 500,000 nodes that are going to the public. We've already sold 188,000. And we are just getting started with an actual affiliate network. So it has been incredibly busy. The problem is that we have been focused on such a small network of people that have just been gobbling them up that we now are I'm having very close interviews, and that's kind of why Dustin talked about this at the beginning. I'm being very particular in who I'm willing to work with. And so Dustin and I have been on a few calls, and we also live in the same city, which is fantastic for networking. I can take him to the office. There's like a lot of built trust there.
And take me to
So,
sushi too.
yeah, we're gonna have sushi. Yes. And so all of that, and we also, I think, have the same amount of kids, and there's like a lot of common similarities there. Um, so they've been moving. So now we're trying to get a larger spotlight for like brand awareness and bringing more people into the opportunity. So that is why I have been asked to basically architect a one-of-a-kind affiliate network. And so that's part of what I'm here to tell everybody about today. On the notes, I'm gonna go back to that now. We are looking at a launch on February 1st is the goal date. The difference between this blockchain launching and something similar, like there are some similar, like Trusted is similar. There's a few blockchains that are already live that are tokenizing real world assets. Here are the two major differences between all of those and this one. One, this is the first one that is going to be powered by AI. There will be an internal AI infrastructure in this blockchain that will make the transactions in seconds, not minutes. That doesn't really exist anywhere else right now. So that's one part. The second part is that unlike all of these other blockchains that have launched where they build the thing and they launch it and they hope that people come and tokenize their assets and they hope that value comes onto the blockchain, Todd has put his money where his mouth is, and he wants to create a blueprint for other capital groups in this or to welcome them into his fold. And so he is actually tokenizing all of the alt capital holdings onto the blockchain from day one. So we know what the real world value is going to be on this blockchain because all of those companies are publicly traded companies. So you can look them up yourselves. Hyperscale Data is one of them. The IndyCar will end up being on it. OnlyBulls.com, very important one. That's actually where the wallets will live for the daily rewards to get distributed to. So those, and then the Ault Marketplace, Ault Funding, Ault Capital Group, the actual financing mechanism, all of that will be on blockchain from day one because that is how they bring brands onto layer two. Now, layer two won't even launch until probably April. Don't quote me on that because it's a lot happening in this one blockchain. So layer two, there's already companies being audited for that process. Bitcoin Max is one of them. You can look that one up. They have I think they even have a whole Instagram profile now. And that's, I think, $100 million Bitcoin holding that's like Swedish bank backed or something along those lines. I read it the other day and I will apologize. I'm exhausted. So, okay, I'm seeing questions come in. I'm going to save them because it's in my nature to like answer the thing. Okay, so with that, we know what it's going to look like, as it launches. We know that there's going to be value from day one. We know that there's already brands that are going through the audit process for layer two. So that is like the all-encompassing vision of what this is it creates a new threshold for financial products, and it changes the entire map of global credit, is realistically what it does. So what we're doing is I specifically am engineering an affiliate network, and Dustin and Nesbitt, this crew is the first of its kind that I'm building this for. So that being said, there are a lot of really cool perks, tools, etc. for the affiliate side. But the most pertinent thing right now, I think, is the nodes themselves, and like what comes with those, what that looks like. Anybody have any questions before I go into specifics? Because this is a good transition spot. I'm going to take a quick drink.
Do you see anything, Nesbitt, on that she could answer really quick? There's only a couple that came in, but I don't think anything pertaining to what she was talking about, right?
No, I just say we keep it going. Just have people write them down, and then we'll get at the end because I want to throw off her groove.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm actually going to pull up. Here we go. So I'm going to go over just a couple of the things on here. I've already covered the majority of this, but there are a few key things that I want to talk about. So who is going to be coming onto the block alt chain, right? There are two major groupings in this, and the first one is very important if you are a node holder specifically, and if you plan on owning your node past the 10-year mark. So the first one is going to be financial services firms. So these are going to be other capital groups, etc., trading platforms, other exchanges, those types of groups. And those are going to be the ones that bring the transactional volume. That's where the gas fees come in after the 10 years of mining and the nodes continue to earn. Developers is the second one, and that's actually what's going to bring in a lot of the spotlight into the blockchain. These are going to be the brands like Bitcoin Max that are doing their own marketing and pulling people into the market to trade their coin, etc. So there's two different sides of these nodes also. They do mine, and they are also validators and delegators, and you can go through the KYC process if you would like and become a validator yourself. I cannot give you the specifics on how that works at this moment, because that's not my realm. So I do apologize. That's one thing you guys will learn very quickly from me, is if I don't know the answer to something, I will tell you I don't know it, but I will go find it. I think Dustin learned that the first time we met, I believe. So there are 1 million nodes, 500,000 sold to public operators, 500 held by Ault Capital Group. The nodes are originally, and this is where I get into it, $2,500 per license. They are right now, because we are in a pre-launch pricing, they are $1,500, and I believe they are still running there's a BOGO deal where if you buy 10, you get 10, and then it matches there on up. So if you buy 11, you get 22. Those can be purchased. Sorry, make sure I'm going through all the information at once. Those can be purchased. It's card, wire, or crypto. So there are options there. That was brought up too, and I want to be specific on that. The reason that you can purchase these with a card is because these are software licenses. They're not crypto. So I want to be very specific about that, because there's a couple key pieces of verbiage that are very important for us all to use. Here we go. So this is kind of the token utility. This is how the method payout works for all of these, for the nodes themselves as you own them. I can forward this to your leaders so you have more time to read through it all, because I don't want to run on time, and I know that my presentations can get quite long. So I'm going to forward some of these that are more like in the weeds details, but this right here is very important. This is the 4 core applications that will be inside of this blockchain. Ault Markets is the first one. That's our decentralized exchange. We will be hosted on at least one major exchange. I am not legally allowed to tell you what that one is set to be right now, because you haven't all signed NDAs. but it is one of the larger names, potentially a few of them. There's a little bit of like I don't want to say a bidding war, but there's a little bit of a bidding war. I'm just going to say it. So Alt Markets will be our home base, though. That's where all of our native coin will originate from. And all of that native coin will only exist if the node owners sell it. So there's a key part there where it becomes incredibly valuable if you're holding coin when it hits the major exchanges. So just so everybody understands how that works. OnlyBulls is the app. It's a trading app, but that is where all of our wallets will exist. askROI is the AI Oracle engine that will help validate and speed the transactions. And then Ault Lending is the leveraging mechanism to pull brands onto the blockchain. It is DAO governed in Wyoming. I think I went over that. We've got a little bit of a competitive analysis for those of you who have some of the information on chain length, Solana, etc. So this is how we compare side by side. And then this is what our approximate timeline looks like. We are launching right now in quarter 1. Everything else follows pretty much next month because we're almost in quarter 2 already. That is the majority of that. The other piece that I wanted to share with you guys was the white paper emission schedule, because I feel like that is the most important part about the node ownership itself, is what it's going to produce. So pull that up very quickly. I'm so sorry. I was not prepared for that. Okay. And I can send this out to your leaders as well so that you can review this more in depth. I know that Nesbitt and Dustin already have, but this is the emission schedule that we're looking at. So just so everybody can see for their own eyes, it is going to be 41 coins a day. And then this is over 10 years, it drops down to 17. At the end of year 10, they stop mining, and then you start receiving gas fees. The rewards are distributed at 8 a.m. every day. I want to say that's Eastern Standard Time.
Hey, Lindsay.
Yes.
Can I share a Dropbox folder with these 2 files in it so people can see it, or do you want me to wait for that?
You absolutely can. These are even on our they're on the altnodes.com website, but yes, you absolutely can, and I can.
Okay, I'll put it into the chat right now so you guys can download these yourselves if you'd like.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So that is the node ownership, the node opportunity in itself. We are very excited. I don't know anybody in the organization that doesn't own at least 10 of them now. I have 24. So we are all very excited about what this looks like. And now that we've got data back from testing and we're able to see long-term projections, I don't think that it's fair to keep this internal anymore. And that's another reason that we are kind of growing this outside of our own side of things. Todd gave the keynote at the Australian Crypto Convention in November, and I was there for that. And I don't think I understood until that presentation exactly how big this was going to be on a global level. Ault is one of the only people that has gone through the certification process in Dubai to be able to fund and tokenize globally. We do hold an open office in Dubai. We're the only ones that do that. So he right now is in Davos speaking. He's on a panel and he's giving, I think, a keynote in Davos at the World Economic Forum. So this is, it's world stopping when you see it in person. I'm going to find the link. I'm going to send it to your leaders of that presentation from Sydney. It's on Todd's YouTube channel. If you guys haven't looked him up or followed him yet, I suggest you do, because he's just got great educational information in general. As far as what we're doing with the affiliate network, am I good to speak on that, you guys? I just want to make sure before I put out.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's all we're all here for, is some affiliate stuff. What do we got?
Making sure. Just making sure. So with that being said, we're creating the affiliate network, and we have created a space for you guys. We have a platform that is already created. It's got interlinked marketing materials, real-time commission tracking, all of those things. It is Todd Ault. There you go. Because I saw that one. Um, so we have a full-blown affiliate platform. I don't know if I have it open and I don't want to share my screen until I know I do, but we do have a full affiliate platform that has all of your marketing materials, training library, um, your links, real-time commission tracking, payment history, everything you could possibly need as an affiliate. And then I believe we worked out a 20% straight dollar to dollar commission for you guys, which is 5% more than we've ever had before. So y'all are welcome. Um, and with that, you also get, we have a Discord channel per team. We also have a larger Discord channel. I'm going to be rolling out some competitions. And this is one thing I hadn't even told uh, Dustin or Nesbitt yet, but I'm looking at competitions for things like suite tickets to the Indy 500 and tickets to the crypto conventions around the world internationally and whale room passes, those kind of things that turns out Todd and his team have access to. So that all of that being created for you guys all also get me. Every single person that ever signs an agreement with Ault as an affiliate gets direct access to me for any and all things that they need. I also own a nationwide marketing agency outside of this, so I can help with that too. So all of those things we're basically putting into a nice little package for you guys because I think that of all of the people that I've met recently, Dustin fully understood exactly what this was and what the importance of it was going to be from our first conversation. And I find that I spend a lot of time educating people, and that is very important in this because it is something that hasn't quite existed before. And the whole ideation of tokenizing real world assets is still fairly new, anyways. So I found it very important to only work with leaders that were focused on education and, sales ethics and integrity across the board. And here we are, and I'm very excited about it. So what questions can I answer? I'm
All
so
right.
tired right now, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm like a
First of
little
all,
spacey. I'm not usually this off.
thank you so much. You did a fantastic job going through all of that. That was a lot of information to consume for everybody. So if you kind of came in late or if you have questions, please go back through the replay. But the first question that we have, excuse me, sorry, I'm just getting over this illness. But the first question we have, I know everyone's going to ask it. How much is it to get started? And when can people start to see profits?
So the purchase price right now for the nodes are 1,500 each, or you can buy 10 and get 10 free, and then they drop down to 750 each if you buy the bundle. But we launch in the goal date is February 1st. Here's the thing that I'm going to tell everybody right off the bat is that Todd will do things right before he will do them fast. And so we are testing our last integration with the wallets on the daily rewards deliveries right now. And so as long as those tests go well, then we are set to launch February 1st. That's just full transparency for you guys. With that, you will see your first set of rewards the next day at 8 a.m.
Perfect.
in your wallet.
You heard
So
it
they start
here
producing
first.
first day delivery. Yep.
Now,
So not 10 years like somebody was saying in the chat, right? It's going to be the next day. That's crazy.
yeah.
And I love it.
Now, what have we all learned, ladies and gentlemen, in the past from other projects? There's two important things that I want to say before we even get into the meat and potatoes of the other questions. Number one rule in crypto, do not invest anything that you cannot afford to lose. Okay? I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't want anybody going out there spending their rent money, their mortgage, or putting this over leveraging themselves. You gotta eat and do all that kind of stuff, right? Do not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number one. Rule number two is do not sell in the beginning. Come on now. Why would you sell in the beginning? All right. You've seen what happens in the past. All right. You want to let it accumulate, let it actually do what it's supposed to do. Let the asset grow, let it accumulate, let it do all that stuff before you even think about deciding to sell it. All right. So with that out the way, Joe wants to know, is this a smart contract?
Um, I don't, that's a good question, actually. I haven't been asked that yet. So I don't think so. I don't, now I have to
It's
find out
I can
because
kind of
that's the
help.
first time I've been asked that one.
Yeah, I can kind of help answer. It's not necessarily a smart contract. It's a
Yeah,
whole blockchain. It's a whole
thank you.
blockchain.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't even know what that means. What do you mean a
Yeah.
smart contract? Okay, yes, it's an entire blockchain. It's a full infrastructure. Um, and the nodes actually, I should probably go into this. They can be cloud hosted. They can also be personally hosted. Um, they can be put on a Raspberry Pi. I believe they can be run on like old laptop, old iPad. They can be cloud hosted. They can also, I think we have somebody that's planning on hosting on their own cloud because they have one meant for that. But I will tell everybody initially that Alt plans to host all of them at least the first couple of weeks and then hand them over in chunks to make sure that the uptake time is at 99.99999%, like they're operating 100% of the time. Um, it's a mad rush to get everybody trained and going on their things. So it'll be a gradual handoff, and I will be your person for that.
And it's better to have it cloud hosted anyways because you have that 99.99% uptime anyway. So
100%. And it's
yeah,
so easy to find, so easy to even set up. And if not, we'll get instructions for everybody. It's easy stuff.
you know that's what we do. We're all
Yeah.
about education. We are all
Yeah.
about education. So another question, rapid fire. I'm just kind of going through them here. What is the utility?
But the utility is the internal funding mechanism. The Alt Capital Group is a financial group. So the whole idea is they are creating a self-autonomized um, stock market for assets that hold actual value, like proven. Does that make did, did that answer that?
Yeah, I have a question too about the real estate side of it. I know Mr. Alt plans to put all of his assets in it, like to help give it value from day one. What if somebody owns real estate and wants to get it tokenized inside of the system? Is that something that we could do?
So they're going to open applications for that when they start layer two. They already have a few that are going through the audit process that had pre-established that agreement with Alt. As those come on and that is tested and run, they will then open up the application process to external brands.
Look at that. Okay, good deal. And Matt and Lindsay could attest to this. I knew this question was going to come, and I asked it when I was in my initial meeting. Will the assets be verifiable?
Yes. They're verifiable because they're publicly traded companies.
Yep.
Hyperscale data is one of them. They're also all listed on all of our web pages. I have a few of them, I believe, are also in the white paper, at least the original ones. They will be also doing press releases as they go through the application and approval process for new brands. Additionally, a brand cannot hit the blockchain until the DAO votes and approves. So you guys will have a part in that process if you own nodes.
Perfect. Great
Nice.
questions, Matt. Great questions. Keep them coming too. Those are all really good questions. So, how many nodes for the 1500? You can get up to 9 nodes for 1500 a piece, and then after that, once you get 10, they are essentially 50% off. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah. So they're $1,500 per node. Once you buy 10, they match however many you've bought, but it has to be in one transaction. Mhm.
Okay. You start to see some of your you start to see some of your return every morning, and about how much per day?
41 coins per day the first year. Then you can follow the emission schedule deductions on the white paper after that. Year 10, it's 17. So that's
Yeah.
the degradation
Yeah, so it's literally
throughout
you
the time.
guys, it's literally you just hosting the note. There's nothing that you have to do, unless I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lindsay. There's nothing that you have to do every single day in order to get that reward. It just kind of shows up every single morning at 8 a.m. And then just as the years go by, it's going to be just like Bitcoin, just like any of the other projects that you might be familiar with mining, it's going to get less and less and less every year. Okay.
Yes.
What is the current value of the coin?
There is no current value because we're pre-launch. We have not launched the blockchain yet, and they're not girlfriend. They are sorry, there's a dog down here next to me and she's whining. Um,
Mhm.
we are pre-launch, so the coin does not have any, there's nowhere to even see it yet. In about a week and a half, we will know exactly what that is. There are some ideations about where that would be, but I can't actually legally give you any definite answer on that, or the SEC would string me up by my toes.
Yeah.
Not the toes.
My toes. Yep. Uh, we do have a good idea of what it is going to be. And if you guys become affiliates and sign your contracts that have your attached NDAs, then I would be more than happy to have a deeper discussion about that with you.
I get to say that it's going to be worth your while. That's all I can really put it out there. Very much worth your while.
Yeah.
And a couple other questions that I have when it gets to the affiliate side of this thing, and we'll get into some of the other questions about the rewards and all that stuff. Do you have to purchase a node to be able to sell a node to make commissions?
No. We actually have quite a few people that have become affiliates first, sold a few nodes, and then taken that commission to buy theirs.
Okay, so I was going to ask. So if I didn't have enough money to come up with the $1,500 to buy a node, or 15,000 to get 10, but I had some network individuals that were really into crypto and had some money to buy it, I could raise that from the commissions and get my own nodes, or use it to go do whatever I want to. Right? I don't have. There's no fee to become an affiliate. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. It's just you have to fill out the application and you have to send in your ID.
Copy.
So we know you're a real human.
And when they come to Vegas, they're going to take us to sushi.
Yes.
Exactly. That's
Yes.
part of it.
Yes. Todd's team actually has well, I think Dustin does too, but Todd's team actually has quite a few season tickets to the nights also. So
I do as well, but we didn't lose that bad. We were losing 4-0. It's 4-3. We only lost 4-3, so it didn't get smoked like I thought. But anyways, yes. So come on town. Let's go to the Knights game. I think Nicholas Lau's coming here next week. We're gonna go to the Stars are in town, so we're gonna go. We'll see if that happens or not. But anyway, sorry about that. Back to the questions.
So, and I just wanted to add really quick to the affiliate thing, you guys. So if you think about it, if you're getting 20% when you share this with somebody, all you really need is 5 referrals, 5 sales really to get your one node for free. So think about it like that. And this is not a huge, one of the other things that I loved about this project, they don't have this huge matrix about, oh, if you go out, we're 15 levels deep and blah, blah, blah. You don't want to see that in this type of a project for sure. So that was a green flag, as I like to say. So
Go, go, go.
no, we're definitely not doing that
yep.
because I have to build it and I'm not building multiple levers. Thank you.
Will your rewards go automatic into MetaMask? Which MetaMask is just a crypto wallet. So if you want to speak on to like where your daily rewards go to.
Yeah, it'll be it'll be the wallet inside of OnlyBulls, the OnlyBulls app. You can already download it if you want to look at it.
Wait,
But yeah,
what
it's
is
a
what is that? What is OnlyBulls? What is that?
OnlyBulls.
Oh,
It's owned by the Alt Capital Group. It's actually an AI assisted trading app
it's
for crypto.
www.onlybulls.com or onlybull.com.
OnlyBulls.
Wow, that sounds familiar to bullishmoon.com, huh, Nicholas Nesbitt?
Yeah.
Wow, it goes hand in hand. I dig it.
It even has our colors and everything. Look at that. No.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. So quick question on the Only Bulls application. Do you know if that is a decentralized wallet where we own our own seed phrase word to that wallet?
That I don't actually know. That question was brought up to me earlier today, and I already sent it in, but I don't have my answer
Okay.
yet. So that
That's
I don't
fair.
have the exact answer to. But I will. I'm hoping it's Alt Capital Group is the capital group, so they work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5,
That's fair.
and we don't. So as soon as it's probably 9 a.m. Vegas time, I will have that answer tomorrow.
Perfect.
And if
Perfect.
that is
Perfect.
something, which I'm sure a lot of people want to hear that, so just get back to us tomorrow. Whenever we get it, we'll either put it in our Facebook group or send out emails to let you guys know kind of a recap of what this call was anyways.
Is there a
No, there is
daily?
no daily gas fee for. Do you receive gas fees after year 10 if you own a node, but there is no one charged to you. If I'm reading that right, Matthew.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Mhm.
Good deal. I'm scrolling back up here to see if we missed anything. Da, 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 da. What is the current now? Da, 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 da. Current now total divided. Is there any way possible to get? Yeah, the recording is going to be, we're going to have it inside the Bullish Moon dashboard. But because it's a special call, we're also going to put it on YouTube and put it in the bigger Bullish Moon group as well. So that way more eyeballs can get to it. And that leads us to the perfect segue of if you're not already in Bullish Moon, you're going to want to join. You guys, it's just 10 bucks. 10 bucks is going to get you access to the community where we're going to have plenty of education to break all this stuff down. If you want to understand the ins and outs of the project, guess what? That's what we do day in, day out, week in, week out. And that's exactly where you're going to want to be. If you have questions, we have office hours where you could come ask questions. If you need help onboarding, if you need help with this process at all, Bullish Moon is the place to be. Okay. So get back with the person that invited you to this call. Also, another segue is we're going to actually have a link at the end here. And that link to this Google Doc is going to kind of put you on a list, right? We don't want to
It's
break.
already there. It's already
Look at that.
there.
Boom, it's already there. So you can, let me share the screen so people can see what this looks like and what to kind of expect. All right, so Ault Blockchain right here. All you're gonna do is put your full name, the email best to reach you at. Pretty self-explanatory stuff, but better to break it down than not. Are you currently a Bullish Moon member? Yes or no? If you're not currently a Bullish Moon member, would you be interested in learning more about ongoing crypto education? There should only really be one option right here. Yes, no. But do you plan on owning an alt node? And then just a couple more questions. Literally, you just come down and answer all these questions. And then the person is going to get back to you with their link, and then you'll be able to get started with the alt with your very own node. All right. So I want to do this in a specific order. Dustin, did you want to touch on that anymore?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, we're doing it because we know with Bullish Moon, you guys have brought other people in, right? And we don't want to get those people and give them our direct link. So we're going to kind of do it in order. So it needs to go pretty quick too. So if you're interested in this right away, then fill that out because we're going to get the people that are right near the top of the with the company and get you guys started, and then just go from there to where everybody else can get their links to start sharing with people. If you're here because you got my email, you guys can fill that out and just put my name in there, and I'll get you guys a link as soon as possible as well to get going. Also, if you guys have a big community of your own, I do see a couple names on here that have some big communities, and you were sent here from me as well. Reach out, and we could have another private discussion about what you could do with your community too to get this going with the community. And that's it. Like I said, I mean, it's huge, man. No, you don't even have to buy them right now to become an affiliate. Obviously, you're going to want to buy one or two or 10 or whatever it is. Once you sign the NDA and you see what they're expecting this to get started with, it's going to blow you away and you're going to kick yourself in the butt in a couple of years. If you guys follow me a lot, you guys know I'm all about your future self, right? Your future self in 2027. Think about what your future self in 2027 would say to you if you went in all in on this. And I can't really explain it, right? Because there's so many things I can't say, but your future self's going to enjoy it. When you get to your future self in 2027, you guys can do one of these. And if you guys are really cool, you do like a little one right here too, and you smack your right here, all kinds of cool things. Just your future self's going to thank you.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I got excited for a minute.
100%.
All right,
And
that's it for me. Go for it.
we just wanted to reiterate too, for payment options, you guys can do this with a card or crypto. That's another huge green flag, you guys. A red flag for some of these projects out there is if you can only pay in crypto, because there's a whole other reasons for that. But you have options here. All right. So keep that in mind. You do have some different options to pay. If Lindsay, question for you. If somebody does want to pay in crypto, what are the different forms of crypto that somebody can use to purchase their node?
So right now it's Bitcoin and USDC. They are looking at adding a few others at the moment. I will have more information about that tomorrow.
Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. Any other last minute questions? Feel free to drop them. She said USDC, not USDT, but maybe USDT coming. Who knows? But right now it's USDC.
It might actually already be both on that. Don't quote me. I have to go back and look at the I'm head of affiliates, you guys, so I'm sorry. So I'm not on the actual sales page very often. So I that might they might both be there, but I
Sweet.
know one is for sure. So don't quote me on that. I have to go look now because I'm now I have to look.
Right.
Hey, really,
Well,
decentralized. Look at that one too from Shay. Is this a decentralized project?
I didn't even see that. Oh, is it a decentralized project? Yeah, it's decentralized. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that's part of the
decentralized.
reason that we're selling them internationally. Actually, we already have people that will be, I'm so sorry, operating nodes in 4 different countries already as of right now.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's great because there was a question from way earlier. I answered it because I kind of already knew the answer. But will this be available for Canadians? Yes. Yes, it will be. This is worldwide, international. You guys can do this from anywhere. Remember, it's cloud hosted. So all you need is a card or crypto to pay. That's what we love about crypto. There's no restrictions, so to speak. What about
We do
Texans?
have a couple countries where they can't own nodes, but I really doubt anybody from those countries are on this call right now. So yes, internationally for everyone.
I live in Iran. Can I do it here?
Yes.
I was
No.
gonna say, like,
You look a little comfortable
North
right now to
Korea's
be in
not
Iran.
buying
I'm just
these
saying.
right now.
I am.
Nobody in North Korea is buying these.
No. Uh-oh. Wow.
All right. Well, I think that just about does it with the questions. We might have a follow-up call or something like that next week in case we got more questions or things like that. But Lindsay, I want to thank you so much. You were awesome, awesome, awesome. You did a great job at explaining that and laying the foundation for our community. And thank you so much. I know it was kind of last minute that we adjusted our schedule there, and thank you so much for making that work with your travel and whatnot. But we just wanted to thank you from the bottom of our hearts from the Bullish Moon community.
It is honestly my pleasure. You guys have been fantastic. I'm gonna go eat a very late dinner now. Thank you guys so much for having me.